Here is a 2023 Honda Accord Touring in platinum white pearl with gray leather interior. No more 2.0 liter turbo. Now we're just getting the carryover turbocharged and the all-new hybrid configuration. When you get into the hybrids, you're basically starting to get all the bells and whistles. I'm Anthony from Hawkeye Rides. Going into the Touring, you're going to be getting all the options because you can't option anything in the Accord. You have to go up the tiers. In the front, you're going to notice it's more sleek, lower profile, reworked LED headlights and daytime runnings that integrate into the gloss black grille. The first time ever getting an active grille shutter. And the lower will get the gloss black. I like the two-tone effect that comes with the Touring. And when you get into the Sport L Hybrid, that's the sweet spot for your MPGs. We are down 8 horsepower from the prior gen, 15 pound-feet of torque more. And underneath the hood, we're getting the 2.0 liter hybrid with 204 horsepower, 246 pound-feet of torque paired to an eCVT transmission, achieving 46 MPGs for the city and 41 MPGs for the highway. You start off with a 19-inch wheel, which is what we have here. The Sport L Hybrid will be a 17-inch. It's gonna be a little bit more unique. McPherson strut front suspension, multi-link rear suspension. Both the front and the rear will have a stabilizer bar. The gloss black will run in between, and it keeps that two-tone look. I kind of wish that they did that around the window seals so it'd look a little bit more sporty for the European design that they're emphasizing for the 11th gen. Driver mode select comes with the hybrid, acoustic windows to make the sound deadening. The suspension has been altered, so it's going to be a more smooth drive for your day in and day out use. LED taillights, that's going to emphasize the 1970 design because it integrates it to the smaller Honda badging. And in the lower bit, you're getting that gloss black. So again, keeping a more sporty Q, even though we don't have the 2.0 Sport, which in this, I kind of wish that we still had that instead of the 1.5 turbo, because that way we have the performance because we have that European design, and then you have the gas sipping vehicle as you're seeing for the hybrid. Going against rivals like Toyota and Mazda, this is going to be a little bit longer, about the same size cargo capacity, but because of the reworked suspension, it will be a softer drive. Quick release going into 16.7 cubic feet of storage with some bag holders on both sides. Underneath the floor, you get a tire pump and some area that you can put some storage. Split fold the rear bench in the back at a 40-60 split, and that will increase the cargo to the Accord Hybrid. We need to go inside, start it up, so you can hear that exhaust note. Leather wrap gray seats, 10-way power seat adjustment for the driver, 4-way power seat adjustment for the passenger, heated, ventilated because the Touring, and memory for the driver. Headroom, not gonna be an issue, nor is leg space because it's wider than the prior gen, the way they do the configuration of the refresh center and dashboard layout. The EXL Hybrid and up will get this standard 12.3 infotainment screen. Navigation, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Sirius XM, AM, FM, streaming Bluetooth audio. Alexa built in, Google built in will only be on this trim with the 12 speakers through Bose and a QI wireless charging pad with HD radio. Put it into reverse and we have a reverse camera with front and rear parking sensors, and you can change different camera layouts to make it easier for you. The honeycomb design comes into the seamless air vents, dual climate control settings, 2 USB ports, and then you have an area around the wireless charging pad that you could throw the key fob or some pins, and here's the key fob for the new Accord. Leather is going to be around the shifter. The gloss black will be around everything in the center. It's going to be more soft. Open up inside and you get a 12 volt and a deep storage pocket. Leather wrap steering wheel, multi-function, adaptive cruise control, lane keep assist with the paddle shifts. Every trim gets the 10.2 customizable driver information interface, which means you can go through an array of information for the driver. 6-inch heads-up display is only on the Touring. The Bose speakers and the door panels integrate into the dashboard. Memory seat starts us off. One touch up and down for the front windows, soft to touch, and a medium-sized storage pocket that you can fit maybe a beverage right in the end. A moonroof, auto dimming rear view mirror. For the back seats, headroom, not an issue as long as I'm not moving too much to the side because of the European design, in which you can see how it kind of goes inwards. Leg space is also good. Storage only behind the passenger seat, USB ports, air vents in the center, and a armrest with cup holders to complement. The door panel has the same materials that's found in the front, even that gloss black trim that goes in between. Soft to touch, heated rear seats because of the touring trim, with smaller storage in the door pocket. The floor is not completely flat, so you have to pick your feet up. The rails are pushed up. You will be sharing feet, butt, and shoulder space because the leather seats kind of push inwards. Headroom isn't necessarily too bad, but I'm kind of against the headliner, more or less because of the light that's integrated above my head. 204 horsepower, 247 pound-feet of torque out of this hybrid engine, which is all new for 2023. Carryover 1.5 turbocharged 4-cylinder otherwise, which here, because we have that European fastback design, I don't know why they would not have implemented the 2.0 with over 250 horsepower, because it was a lot more sporty and athletic. I do like the executive feel that you're getting with this though, because it's going to be a lot more smooth because they have reworked the whole suspension. The seats are also reworked, so it's a more comfortable seat, and for a long journey, I mean, I hate to say it, but it's a vehicle you can nearly fall asleep in. The good thing is we have adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist, in which it will drive for you automatically without being too engaged for about 0.2 to 0.3 miles, but nowhere you're gonna fall asleep. This is not a Tesla. Just threw it into sport mode so we can see the performance out of this hybrid. Don't expect something that's gonna go to the track, but it's definitely gonna be motivated. You don't necessarily feel that you're going fast, but it's still pretty quick for the most part. Nowhere near the 2.0, which in the comments, typically people are always upset that they've discontinued that engine option. I understand what's going on because the times we're in, so you have to kind of move forward, but leaving the 1.5 turbo, it just would have been better for the 2.0. That's going to take me to some pros and cons, and starting off with the pros about the new Accord. When you get into the touring, you're getting every single feature. Sadly, the Sport L hybrid is going to get better MPGs, and they put smaller wheels, and in the interior you're going to have less amenities. On the touring trim for the Plus, you get the heads-up display, you get Google built-in ventilated seats, rear heated seats. Amenities you can only get on the touring. That's the con. So it's kind of a happy medium if you're already at this price point, but you figure you're going to spend around $6,000 to $7,000 more in order to get these things, in which I guess you would be paying that in options too, so it kind of works out about the same. But overall, they have changed this vehicle to more of a cruising everyday vehicle instead of a performance variant that it used to be, because that 2.0 was something that would be comparable to like a BMW 330i, in which when you're considering the price savings and you're getting just as much performance, why would you not be upset? Going into some more pros about the vehicle, the sound deadening has improved. It's a lot more quiet, even with upgraded wheels. Before, you would feel a lot more of the imperfections in the road. This is a lot more smoother. Flat hood, so it feels a little bit more elegant. And on the exterior, I do like the European styling, but it's going to be a choice for color that's going to make it pop a little bit more so. As for the cons, when you get to the LX, it's stripped out from everything. You're not going to get a bigger screen. You will get the digital reader for the gauge cluster and LED exterior lights in the active grille shutter, but you're not going to get an upgraded stereo, nothing really in the interior. You have to go hybrid trim. The EX trim, which is the last trim for the turbo, gets some improvements, but you can't get anything that's comparable to the hybrid. So they really are pushing you away from anything other than the hybrid trim. Turn radius is going to be about 2 lanes. Let's rock and roll. Some other cons about the vehicle is when you're going to the rivals, meaning Toyota for instance, or even Hyundai, all of them are going to have a performance line, and Honda has made an exit to that, which When you go into Toyota, really the only thing that they do is a suspension, and they throw on the TRD acronym to the vehicle. You're getting a standard V6 engine. But on the flip side to that, the interior of this is going to be more open for anyone in the front and the rear. So for that long journey in the commute for day in and day out, it's going to be more relaxing, and the seat to this is also wider and a little bit longer than Toyota. Going into Hyundai, the center cluster is going to bulge out a lot more so. So again, the width. Really what they've done is they've re-engineered this vehicle for practical use and something that you can just sip fuel, driving it over 100,000+ miles and entering into a new era where you're not looking for performance, but you're getting some of it with hybrid technology. And for moving in and out, you can still do so freely. Even though it has a wider front track, it doesn't feel so wide on the road. The steering, it has improved also, so you don't feel any vibrations hardly at all in the cabin. And it's light. The only disadvantage to it is for the reverse camera. It would have been nice to have a 360-degree reverse camera because we get this upgraded 12.3 touchscreen, and I like that, but the design to it would have been more elegant if they would have taken some of the Civic look and maybe moved it downwards a little bit instead of making this the older brother to the Civic. I think it would have nailed it right on the head. But let me know what you think in the comments. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing. Check out the next video, merchandise website, and Instagram. Leave a comment and a like. And I'd like to thank Ocean Honda for giving us this 2023 Honda Accord Hybrid Touring for our car review.